Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wekiva High School welcomes you to Mustang Arena for Game 1 of the 2020 Boys Basketball Preseason Classic. Please welcome our guests wearing the blue jerseys, visitors on the scoreboard. From Lake Brantley High School, they are the Patriots. And wearing the white jerseys, home on the scoreboard. From Apopka High School, please welcome the Blue Darters. Let's meet the teams. We'll begin with our guests from Lake Brantley, and we'll start at guard with 6-foot senior, number 3, Abram Laureano. At guard, 6-foot senior, number 13, Jaden Ward. At forward, 6'4" sophomore, number 21, Eric Vandendriessy. At guard, 6'3" senior, number 33, Declan McFadden. And finally for the Patriots at center, 6'8" junior, number 34, Jack Klinger. The head coach of the Patriots, Mike Cuff, and assistant coaches Bob Anderson, Joe Critter, and Juantavius Campbell. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Apopka Blue Darters. Starting at guard, 6'1" senior, number 1, Myrick Davis. At guard, 5'10" junior, number 2, Brendan Johnson. At point guard, 6'1" senior, number 3, John Latimer III. At center, 6'6" senior, number 24, Jackson Edwards. And finally for the Blue Darters at wing, 6'2" senior, number 33, Devin Leaf. The officials for tonight's game are from the Central Florida Officials Association here in Orlando. We thank them for their dedicated service to our high school athletic programs and join them along with our participating schools, reminding everyone to make great sportsmanship a part of this and every athletic competition. And a special welcome to those of you joining us online. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief, ready to get going with tonight's first contest. And it's going to go to the Patriots, and it's Eric Vandendriessy. Puts the Patriots on the board. All right, so the Patriots wasting absolutely no time getting started. Go the other way. It's stolen by Vandendriessy. Gets it off for a transition play. Layup not there for Laureano. Rebound struggled and finally pulled in by Darters. John Latimer. He's going to go the other way, take it himself, and he's got it. John Latimer, coast to coast. That ties the score at 2. And if this is a sign of what we're in store for tonight, then we've got a great game coming our way. Swing play to the top of the arc. McFadden goes for 3. Not quite there for him. Rebound goes to Brandon Johnson for the Blue Darters. Darters going to work, taking their time, swinging to the corner, looking for a tray, and it is there. 3 for number 1, Myrick Davis from Brandon Johnson. Darters take a 5-2 lead early here in the first. Again, welcome to our YouTube channel or the NFHS network. Wherever you're viewing us, we're glad you're here. Please make sure you subscribe before you go. Coming up later tonight, we've got we got Wekiva. They'll be taking on the Pine Ridge Panthers, and here we've got a stolen basket by Devin Leaf. Stolen basket gets taken to the other end. Little bunny hopper under the basket by Laureano. Not going to go, but we're going to pick up a foul. Foul is called against Jack Klinger. That's his first and the team's first. Darters will get the ball at their own baseline. Darters going through that methodical pace. Has a man in the corner, and it's there. Leith on the pass to Brandon Johnson behind the arc for the Darters. And it looks like we're going to get a Patriot turnover. Darters get another shot at this one from their own baseline. They'll go straight to the corner. Swing to the top of the key, and look at that jumper. Devin Leith for two. Stolen. Brandon Johnson steals a bucket for the Darters, and we'll pause for a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout called by the Patriots. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief. And after a barnstorming opening for the Patriots, where they scored quickly on their very first possession, they have not been able to put together anything since.
Yeah, Mark, as always.
Foul is called against number 33, number 33, Devin Leith.
Yes, Mark, and as always, didn't get a chance to say this, but an excellent job on the introduction. And we are live from Miss Mustang Gymnasium. And as Mark mentioned, Lake Brantley took the 2-0 lead. Since then, all Apopka, 14-2 lead.
Jack Klinger fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line and shoot two. The foul is called against Darters, number 1, Myrick Davis. That'll be his first and the team's first.
Davis does have 3 points.
They signaled that it was a shooting foul, and correction, that was not a shooting foul. It'll be Brantley ball at the opposing baseline.
Shot taken by
Van den Driese.
Yes.
Foul is called against Darters number 2, Brandon Johnson. At the line, shooting 2, Eric Van den Driese.
So Van den Driese goes to the line. He has 2 points, the only 2 points that Brantley has scored so far. A 14-2 lead right now being held by Apopka. And of course, Mark, want to get this out of the way. Scott Williams, the coach of Apopka, he does have a very strong connection to Wekiva, as the second free throw is good. That makes the score 14-3. For those of you who were not around or didn't follow Wekiva when the school first opened way back in 2007, of course, Scott was the first coach. He started the Wekiva Boys Basketball program here.
Yeah, and even ever since going to Apopka and Brantley have been steadfast participants here in the preseason classic. Stolen back, so one good turnover deserves another. We'll go the other direction. And here's the shot from the key, and it's John Latimer.
Latimer up to 4 points now. Lake Brantley trying to get it up quick.
And knocked off kilter there is Jack Klinger, who lets the ball go out of bounds. Darters ball. Checking into the game for Brantley, number 23, Trey Boyd.
Yeah, Klinger is the tallest player out there, 6'8", center, junior, 205 pounds. And so far, Lake Brantley has not been able to utilize that height to their advantage.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we thought, just based on the first possession alone, that Brantley was going to be barnstorming all night, and then that turned out not to be the case. And we're going to get a second chance three from Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, drain the rain. Offensive rebounding, doing the damage. Brantley trying to answer on the other end, and they will. Klinger, speaking
Put
of
back
the
by
devil.
Jack Klinger.
So Klinger with the offensive rebound. A slow start again. Lake Brantley off to a struggle here as far as their start. Now they are starting to heat up. 2 possessions, 2 points, or baskets on both of the points. Klinger, that's actually Van den Dries.
Or Driessy, excuse me.
Driessy, okay.
The last E is pronounced.
Please excuse me, Eric.
Foul is called against Darters number 24, Jackson Edwards. That'll be his first. And the team's fourth. Got several personnel changes.
And Scott Williams, of course, we just mentioned, he was the first coach, started the program here at Wekiva as there's a battle underneath the basket. Van den Dries with the offensive rebound.
Putback made by Jack Klinger.
Klinger, excuse me. So Scott Williams starts the program here. He was the coach for 7 years. Took the team to the state tournament, the FHSAA postseason tournament 3 times.
Devin Leith for 3 from Tyler Johnson.
And, of course, I know since he has moved on to Apopka, he now has over 400 career victories. He's actually approaching 500. Not sure exactly what the amount is, but I know that he was close enough to be able to pass the mark this season.
Foul is called against number 21, Tyler Johnson. Trey Boy will be at the line shooting 2.
So the score is now 22-7 in favor of Apopka with Trey Buey at the line. 2:25 left in the first quarter. This is the Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. And another reason I bring up Coach Williams, the Apopka coach, has the second free throws no good. And that'll keep Lake Brantley stuck on 7. Is because Coach Williams actually was the man who started this preseason classic when he was the coach here at Wekiva.
Yeah, and another event that Coach Williams started and took with him to Apopka, the Metro versus Florida Challenge, we were very disappointed to learn, has been canceled this year, but for a lot of good reasons. Just the sheer number of people that have to be brought together in order to make that happen for an extended period of time. Foul is called against Brantley, number 23, Trey Boy. That's his first.
So Apopka inbound. That's Tyler Johnson with it, out to the top of the key. Myrick Davis over, back to Johnson, who's cut back to the left, down into the left wing, back up to the top, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Williams.
Darters request a timeout. 30-second timeout is called by Coach Williams. We'll be right back.
And we return to Mustang Arena. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi. The Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic is underway. We're nearing the end of the first quarter. Apopka has come out. To quote Keith Jackson, they've been on fire, a barn burner 22-7 lead. They turn the ball over.
And Bowie with the trap there manages to steal the ball away from Tepper.
And in the meantime, Lake Brantley goes to work. The drive, no good. Great baseline defense. Apopka getting the ball up quickly. And the stop, pop, and no drop. But Johnson with the rebound, and Apopka reset with 1:20 left before the end of the first quarter. Lake Brantley's gone man a 1-3-1 zone. They get the turnover out of that zone and stop, pop, and yes, drop off the glass for Lamparty.
Basket by Trey Bowie.
So Trey Bowie, basket cuts the lead 22-9. And certainly Lake Brantley was down 16-2. They certainly seem to have found more of their footing as we've gone into the second half of the first quarter, at least keeping the deficit relatively close.
Foul called against Trey Bowie, his second, the team's third.
And Lake Brantley remains in the 1-3-1 zone. And that's Dennis Widener in the middle there. Talked about Jack Klinger being the largest or the biggest starter at 6'8", 205. Widener is actually the biggest man on either team, 6'9", 210. He's a junior. And let's see if he can help out Lake Brantley on the offensive end. Good stop for Brantley, a needed stop as we're now under 30 seconds before the end of the first quarter. Lake Brantley looks like they're going to set up and take the last shot. No, they are not. The perimeter shot, no good. And ball goes out of bounds. It will remain with Lake Brantley. 17.4 seconds. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi from Mustang Gymnasium, the Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. And a steal by Johnson, and he's off to the races. And will draw the foul on the drive. 12.6 seconds left before halftime. 22-9, Apopka in the lead.
Foul called against Darters, against Patriots, number 23, Trey Bowie. That's his third personal foul. The team's fourth.
12.6 seconds left inbound. And a foul. It's going to be a turnover.
Yep, that was actually an inbounding violation. They stepped on the line. That was McLean. Stepped in bounds before he threw the ball in. So whatever foul may have occurred doesn't count because it happened after that.
Lariano taking the inbound pass. 6 seconds. 5. Shots up. No good. Off the heel. One last shot. Could he get it off? No. And that's unfortunate for Lariano and the Patriots.
No basket. Time had expired, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. It's a 22-9 ball game at the end of 8 minutes here in Game 1 of the 2020 Wekiva Preseason Classic.
And so when we return, Mark Barchi, Neil Fisher on the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network, the score will be 22-9 in favor of Apopka.
The Darters have the opening possession of the second period. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher, ready to take you through the second quarter as we get going here at Mustang Arena. It's been pretty much all Apopka with a few exceptions for the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, certainly the start, as we have chronicled, was all Lake Brantley.
Philip Tepper, the pass from Johnson.
They got off to they actually gave up the first 2 points. Lake Brantley led 2-0 and 16 consecutive points by Apopka. And here we go again, another turnover. Quick pass. And too many quick passes outthought the room. Lake Brantley trying to get their transition game into gear. And I think they really have, they're probably not playing near as well as they think they should, and especially with that transition game, but they have certainly improved over the last 4 minutes or so of the first quarter. The score is now 24-9. So Apopka taking that big lead at the start. Lake Brantley has not really made any deficit, but they have not really gotten any further behind. And they drive and foul.
Foul is called against number 34, Jack Klinger. At the line shooting, Brandon Johnson.
Oh, Brandon Johnson goes to the line with 6 points. Johnson, a junior guard, 5'10", 160 pounds, nice smooth stroke. Increases the lead. So stick around after this. Of course, the host Wekiva Mustangs will take to the court. That'll take place about 15 minutes after the end of this game. Second free throw no good, and Jack Klinger pulling down the rebound. Lake Brantley's going to slow down the pace. And Klinger with the deuce.
Klinger on the pass from Laureano. He'll get the basket and a chance to make it a three-point play. The foul is called against Jalen Studstill, his first, the team's fifth.
So an opportunity for Lake Brantley to make at least somewhat of a significant dent into that lead. Three-pointer free throw is no good. Klinger unable to complete that tray, the old-fashioned tray. Apopka at the other end. Stop, pop, and drop for
John Latimer on the jumper.
And now Apopka going full court trap. Lake Brantley did have some problems. They were able to get it up, but they did lose control of the ball a couple of times.
Out of bounds, Darters ball. Checking into the game for Apopka, Jackson Edwards and Devin Leaf.
(27-11) as we drop down to 6 minutes before halftime. Apopka in the lead. Swinging the ball around again. Scott Williams is the coach, and he is known for using his motion offense.
Stolen there by Ward. And it's tipped. Is it going to be taken away? Yes, it will on the possession arrow. Or no, excuse me, it will not. It will stay right where it was. Held ball, possession Patriots. But Brantley will lose the possession arrow for that.
Ball inbounded to Jaden Ward. Ward drops it off, or tries to drop it off. Good defense there. Quick hands by Apopka.
Checking into the game for Apopka, number 12, Chris Daniel.
So ball will remain with Lake Brantley. Lake Brantley trying to cut into a 27-11 deficit. They go back court. Ward again, the point guard. Over to McFadden. He gives it into the right corner. Stop, pop, and drop for the tray.
Jaden Ward, 4-3, the pass from McFadden.
And that cuts the lead 27-14. And in the meantime, Apopka looking to reestablish that. They're going to slow down, at least in consideration to how quickly they began the game. As we now go under 5 minutes before halftime. Turnover for Lake Brantley, and we come back the other way. Ward with the turnover. He drops it off to
Laureano for three on the pass from McFadden.
And so Laureano gets the second consecutive tray for Lake Brantley. 27-17. This is the closest the Patriots have been since that initial 16-2 onslaught. And the tray, no good. Rebound from Johnson. Drops it back out to Leaf. That's Devin Leaf. And Apopka unable to bring up control.
Stolen by Ward. Tries to go the distance and is going to draw a foul at the basket. As McFadden is fouled on the way up, he'll go to the line and shoot two for the Patriots. Darters foul is called against number 3, John Latimer. That's his first and the team's seventh.
So Lake Brantley with an opportunity to continue to cut into that lead. Lake Brantley falling behind 16-2 during the first 4 minutes or so of the first quarter. They are now down 27-17. A couple of trays have certainly given them some impetus towards cutting into that lead.
Checking into the game for Apopka, number 1, Myrick Davis.
And unfortunately for Lake Brantley, a missed free throw that will stall that impetus of cutting into the lead, at least for the moment. So back to the free throw. And the second one is no good either. Apopka pulls that rebound down. Johnson brings it up.
Getting trapped, looking for an out. He's got one in Latimer, who lets the 3 go, but it's a little too hot.
And scramble at the top of the key. Whistle. Possession arrow favors
Apopka.
Apopka.
Held ball, possession Darters.
So the ball will remain in possession of the Blue Darters. They hold a 27-17 lead. Lake Brantley was not able to take advantage of the opportunity to get that lead under double digits. And the inbound to the backcourt with Devin Leaf. And he's going to try the right side, immediately double teamed by the Patriots. Kicks the ball out to the right wing. Papa tries to swing it around. There they go. There's Trey. And yes, scored.
It finds the mark. Latimer from Leaf for 3.
And now the full court defense continues for Apopka. Lake Brantley doing a much better job of breaking that full court pass. And
Pass
Klinger.
from Vandendriessy to Jack Klinger for the Patriot basket.
And Klinger goes off the board, makes a withdrawal from the bank, 30-19.
That was a beautiful pass there by Vandendriessy.
Yes, and a nice pivot move by Klinger.
Patriots have certainly woken up in the second quarter. Oh, here's an opportunity as Leaf trips. And it's going to be Laureano to McFadden for a Patriot 3.
Turnover, quick couple passes in the open 3. 30-22. Lake Brantley finally gets that lead under double digits. 2:45 before halftime. Latimer with the ball. Down into the corner. Back. Oh, try to go to Latimer. Quick interception by McFadden. And as you say, Mark, one good turnover deserves another. Pretty much looked like the same turnover.
Yeah, Brandon Johnson picked that one off, feeds it in, and he's got his man. Johnson on the pass to Jackson Edwards.
So Edwards doing some work under the board. Getting nice position and with the nice spin move. Meantime, Lake Brantley down by 10, looking to cut that lead again. Foul on the rebound.
Foul is called against Darters, number 24, Jackson Edwards. That's his second and the team's 8th. It's going to put Jack Klinger at the line, shooting 1-1 bonus. And Apopka changes out everybody for everybody else.
Klinger with 8 points. Standing at the line, taking a deep breath, couple dribbles, and puts it up. Cannot get it. It was a 1-on-1, so no second free throw. And again, opportunity for Lake Brantley to cut into that lead goes by the wayside. 32-22, 1:50 before halftime. 9th annual Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi from Mustang Arena. And score that tray for Latimer.
John Latimer, the pass from Devin Leaf for 3.
And so what could have been an 8-point deficit is now 13 from the Lake Brantley perspective. Apopka continuing with the full court defense. Trey does not fall. Strong rebounding inside for the Blue Darters at 3 under the board. Latimer trying to make something happen, and he will as the foul is called.
Latimer fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul is called against Patriots, number 13, Jaden Ward. That's his first personal foul, the team's 6th.
So to continue that thought of what could have been an 8-point deficit, not only is it at 13, but an opportunity for the Blue Darters to do even more damage. And Lake Brantley dodges the proverbial bullet on that first free throw.
Mecky George checks into the game for Brantley. $1:20 to go here in the half. Second free throw let loose. Bounces in, bounces out. And the rebound goes to McFadden.
So both teams with an opportunity to do some damage to the opponents cannot. And Lake Brantley, the end result is Lake Brantley has possession of the ball, and a missed tray from being Apopka comes the other way. We are now under 1 minute, 35-22. Apopka in the lead. No foul despite contact. Loose ball picked up and off the bank.
Putback scored by Tyler Johnson.
And now that's Ward with the ball. He's bringing it up, being hounded by McLean on defense. Gets rid of it into the corner, down to the baseline. Lake Brantley rotates back to the top of the key. 35 seconds before halftime. Popper gets a hand, and they're off to the races. Got a transition opportunity. And no points scored, but the foul is drawn.
Foul is called against Patriots, number 13. Jaden Ward, that'll be his second foul now. And the team's seventh. That puts the Darters at the line to shoot 1-and-1 bonus, number 22, Darren Leith.
Leith takes the first free throw. Nice stroke, makes the score 38-22. And with 28.9 seconds before halftime, Lake Brantley will look at the schedule. Lake Brantley starts their season November 30th against DeLand. As on the road, they then go to play at home, Winter Springs and Oviedo. Under 20 seconds, Lake Brantley looking to cut into a 16-point deficit. They will not on that. And we're going back the other way. Apopka with an opportunity to extend the lead. Lambardi trying to go to the hoop, go to the rack. Great defense by Lake Brantley, and Lake Brantley will get the last opportunity in the first half. 6.5 seconds left.
And we're going to get a foul away from the ball on the throw-in. So we're going to go to the bonus line. Foul is called against Apopka's number 22, Darren Leith. His first personal foul, the team's ninth. At the line shooting 1-and-1, number 12, Zach Altman.
So Altman, point guard, junior, 5'11", will not be able to cut into the lead. That's 4 consecutive missed free throws for Lake Brantley, and this first half is going to come to an end.
That takes us to halftime. Patriots have a better second quarter, but the Darters are still on top by 16. 38-22 is your score at intermission here in Game 1 of the 2020 Preseason Classic here at Wekiva High School.
And so for those of you listening on the internet stream, thank you. We appreciate you listening. We hope we can help you keep in touch with the not only Wekiva Mustangs, but Apopka in Lake Brantley. We will return with the score 38-22.
And ladies and gentlemen, here are your halftime stats, beginning with the Patriots. Abram Laureano with 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Jaden Ward, 3 points, 1 rebound, 3 steals. Eric Vandendriessy, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Trey Bowie, 2 points, along with a steal. Declan McFadden, 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. And leading his team for the first half is Jack Klinger with 8 points and 3 rebounds, along with a steal. As for the Blue Darters, Myrick Davis has 3 points. Philip Tepper with 2 points, 2 rebounds. Tyler Johnson, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Darren Leith has a free throw and a rebound. Jackson Edwards, 2 points, 1 rebound. Brandon Johnson has 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Devin Leith, 7 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals. And leading all scorers for the first half is John Latimer with 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 steal. Once again, thanks for joining us on YouTube or the NFHS Network. We will be back in just over 8 minutes with the second half of Game 1 here at the 2020 Preseason Classic live from Wekiva High School. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher. We are under a minute to go here in halftime, ready to get going again with game number 1 of the 2020 Preseason Classic. Lake Brantley spent all their energy on the first possession, and then it took them about 8 minutes to recover, and since then they've been doing better. They trail by 16. Coach Cuff, I heard him over here at the score table during halftime repeating to himself like a mantra, preseason, preseason, preseason. So he is repeating to himself to keep himself calm, and I don't blame him. Patriots, like I said, they showed some signs of life there in the second quarter and managed to keep the game from becoming a runaway, but Apopka's dazzling start has positioned them well here, Neil.
Yeah, 16-2 was the extent of that quick start for Apopka, the strong start. And I don't think you have to be a basketball guru to understand how they were able to get that lead. Apopka is shooting 69% from two-point range, 60% overall, 15 of 25. And Lake Brantley actually is not shooting bad themselves from two-point range, 6 of 11, 55%. But, as we mentioned, Apopka is shooting 50% from the tray, Lake Brantley only 11%, so there's your difference. And we're going to get a quick whistle here, only 3 seconds into the second half.
And just a deflection out of bounds there by Apopka.
Apopka also is leading the rebound 20-12, and of course the more rebounds you get, the more field goal attempts. And turnovers are relatively even, 11 for Apopka, 10 for Lake Brantley. So as we get a foul here.
Foul is called against number 33, Devin Leaf.
So
that's his second, the team's first of this half.
6 seconds into the second half, and we've already had 2 stoppages. 38-22 is the score. Apopka in the lead. They've led from, well, not entirely from start to finish. Lake Brantley scoring the first 2 points, as Mark pointed out. Since then, they then went on a 16-0 run. From the corner, the tray, score it. Stop.
3-point basket by Aaron Vandendriessy. The pass from Jack Klinger.
Eric Vandendriessy showing his range from the corner. And certainly the start that Lake Brantley was looking for. Now, of course, as we've mentioned a couple of times here already, they scored the first points of the first half, so don't want that repeat. Or better explain it, Lake Brantley scored the first points of the first half, but then gave up 16 consecutive. And certainly an opportunity to prevent that as the rebound, quick outlet.
Yep, Vandendriessy snags that one for the Patriots. They're going to go to work quickly. 4-3, it's there! 3-point basket for Vandendriessy. The pass from Cheaton Ward.
And that 16-point lead is now down to 10. Lake Brantley making the most of their opportunities, turning those opportunities into point in the early going in the second half. This is the 9th annual the Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. The first of 2 games tonight, the first of 4 in total. We will play again on Thursday night with 2 more games, a whistle under the basket. 6:15 left in the third quarter. 38.
Offensive foul is called against number 33, Declan McFadden. Charge taken by Devin Leaf. That's McFadden's first personal foul, the team's first this half.
And Apopka is going to go to work, looking to increase the lead. And for those of you who follow high school basketball in the Central Florida area, Mike Cuff is a familiar name. He's been the coach of Lake Brantley for over 20 years. And you might hear his voice in the background. He's actually standing right in front of me now, barking out instructions to his team.
Yeah, Brantley has long been a participant in the Wekiva Preseason Classic here. Always glad to have them back. They will actually be the opponent for the Mustangs on Thursday night. There was some shuffling of this event. Originally, it was supposed to feature Lyman. Lyman pulled out. And so now Pine Ridge from Deltona is going to be the fourth featured team in this tournament. They'll play against Wekiva later tonight, and then they will play Apopka in the early game on Thursday. For those of you who'd like to tune in for that, it'll be on the same bat time, same bat channel. Here's a steal.
Quick pass to McFadden.
Ward gets it taken away by Davis. We'll go back and forth. Here comes the three, and it is good. 3-point basket by John Latimer, and we'll pause for a Darter timeout. 30-second timeout requested by Apopka.
So stop, pop, and drop for Latimer, and the score is now 41-28, back up to 13. This is Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi, live from Mustang Arena. The Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. 5:11 remaining before the end of the third quarter. Apopka with a 41-28 lead. Lake Brantley with possession. They are the team in the primarily blue uniforms, red numbers. As the ball was knocked out of bounds, it will remain with Lake Brantley. Apopka primarily white with blue numbers in letters. So Lake Brantley has cut the lead down under 10 a couple of times, and then Apopka comes back with consecutive baskets. And Vanda's
putback made by Jack Klinger.
Klinger doing work under the board, and that cuts the lead to 41-30. So again, thank you for joining us. Of course, Mark and I have been broadcasting Wekiva Mustang Athletics for a number of years now. As we go to the corner.
To Davis for three.
And 44-30 is your score. So Mark and I have been doing Wekiva Mustang Athletic broadcast for a number of years. However, we are more proud to bring it to you with the pandemic limiting attendance at the arena.
Foul called against Myrick Davis, his second.
And Lake Brantley will inbound the ball. Apopka remaining in man-to-man. That's Coach Scott Williams' signature defense. From the tray, no good. And a quick rebound by Davis, getting underneath Klinger. Back at the other end, the layup.
Layup by Brandon Johnson.
Taking the bank. Lake Brantley inside, unable to get the roll. Touch is not soft enough. Apopka comes back to the other end. From the corner, Latimer!
John Latimer for three. And we'll pause for a timeout. 30-second timeout requested by and granted to the Patriots.
So Latimer goes 2 for 2. The tray from the corner again. And the score is 49-30 when we return on the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network.
Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi along with Neil Fisher here to take you through the back half of the third quarter and then on to the fourth. Patriots doing a good job of staying in it, but Apopka's lead that they established in the first quarter still holding strong. Picked off here, and it's converted to points as John Latimer steals two for the Darters.
And guess what, Mark? The lead is up to 21. That's the largest of the game for Apopka.
In transition, Declan McFadden.
So the lead actually was cut under 10 just a couple minutes ago. Lake Brantley doing some work, getting some offensive rebounds, and just as quickly Apopka re-extends it to plus 20. It is actually now currently 19, 51-32. And mentioned when this quarter began, Apopka came out shooting hot, 60% overall, 69 from two-point range, 50 from three-point range, and they have continued. I think they've only missed a couple of shots here in the third quarter. There's another missed shot, this one by Tepper. Quick rebound in outlet to Lake Brantley, too hard.
Missed opportunity there. Rebound goes to
Luriano.
Edwards.
And ball will remain with Apopka. 2:54 before halftime. And join us on Thursday. Of course, we still have Wekiva taking on Pine Ridge after this game, about 15 minutes. But this is a two-day event. The second day is Thursday night. We'll have two more games then. And Apopka is going to inbound all the way to the backcourt. First game starts at 6. The second game, just as tonight, will take place about 15 minutes after the conclusion of the first game. And then, of course, on Friday night, the football playoffs continue. The state playoffs, Wekiva will be taking on Apopka Liga.
Tohopeka Liga. You'll get it one of these days, Neil.
That game will start at 7:30, being played here at Baptiste Orthodontic Stadium.
And we've got a block in the paint. Block is called against number 3, John Latimer. That's his second personal foul, the team's third this half. 2:18 to go here in the third. And yeah, that's Toho is a school that Wekiva, I don't think Wekiva has played them in football since they opened. That is the newest school in Osceola County. It's down in Kissimmee. And so it's a school that you may not be as familiar with. They are the Tigers. They opened, a couple of years ago. We've played them in other sports, but not yet in football.
Yeah, I don't remember Wekiva taking on Tohopeka Liga.
Tohopeka Liga, yeah.
Yes. In football, I do know they went 5-3 during the regular season, and they beat Winter Springs in the play-in round.
Declan McFadden is fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Patriots. Darter foul is called on number 21, Tyler Johnson.
And, of course, Wekiva comes into the game, still talking about football, off a 35-22 victory over the Melbourne Bulldogs. As the first free throw from McFadden is good. That cuts the lead to 51-33, 1:51 left. And got a slower pace. McFadden finally gets the ball, and he's going to shoot that second free throw. No good, off the heel. Immediate whistle under the basket.
Foul is called against Patriots number 23, Trey Bowie. His fourth personal foul, the team's second this half.
And also want to acknowledge our camera operators. They are students at the Wekiva Broadcast Production Department. Keith Dickerson is their director. Of course, we would not be able to bring these broadcasts to you without the camera. It would be a radio-style broadcast, just me and Mark doing audio, but because they are willing to give their time and effort, you can actually see the action along with the audio that Mark and I provide. Strong rebound under the basket by Johnson. He goes back for the deuce.
Putback is scored by Tyler Johnson.
And also like to point out, you never know, maybe one day you'll be watching an athletic event and one of these students who are currently operating our camera will be doing the same at the NFL or the NBA level. Or any professional level for that matter. Score the tray! Cuts the lead, 53-36.
Declan McFadden for 3.
So 53-36, under 1 minute in the third quarter. The Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. Apopka is slowing the pace down, more deliberate, looking for a good shot. They get it. That is Tepper, unable to convert. Lake Brantley comes the other way. McFadden.
In transition, not going to go for him.
Klinger unable to pull the rebound down, and Apopka comes back the other way. 20 seconds before the end of the third quarter. And Apopka's going to slow that pace down, look for a good shot, try to work the ball around. Tepper into the middle, off the hands, and they'll score the basket.
Good Tepper to Tyler Johnson for 2.
Making the withdrawal, and an easy deuce for Klinger, but he gets a little too fancy, tried to reverse. No good. That leaves us at 55-36 at the end of the third quarter.
That takes us to the end of the third period. 8 minutes left to go in our first game of the 2020 Preseason Classic here at Wekiva High School. That's it.
Welcome back to Mustang Gymnasium. Neil Fisher along with Mark Barchi.
Darters have the opening possession of the fourth quarter.
We begin the fourth quarter with Apopka holding a 55-36 lead. Apopka has led, other than the first possession, throughout the game. Lake Brantley scored the first deuce. Apopka then answered with 16 consecutive points. And the lead has remained generally between 10 and 20 points since then. So after this game, your host team, Wekiva Mustangs, will take on the Pine Ridge Panthers about 15 minutes after the conclusion. Lake Brantley, in the meantime, still trying to cut into that lead. That'll certainly help.
Jaden Ward for 3 on the pass from Vanendriessy.
55-39. Lake Brantley remaining in the 1-3-1 zone. Of course, that is synonymous with Mike Cuff, their longtime coach. And it's going to pay dividends. The turnover, McFadden unable to get a shot off. Apopka comes back the other way. And Studstill's going to pull the ball out and say reset the offense. Myrick Davis. Into the corner, back up to Davis. Swing the ball to the left, down to the corner with Davis. And Davis takes the tray. And a lot of action under the boards, and that's going to result in a Lake Brantley foul.
Foul is called against Patriots number 42, Dennis Widener. His first team third. At the line shooting is Philip Tepper.
So Tepper goes to the line, scoring 2 points. Your lead will remain 55-39.
Trey Bowie returns to the game for Brantley.
This is the Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. First of 2 games tonight. Tepper unable to convert either free throw and increase that lead. We'll come back the other way with Lake Brantley. McFadden unable to get the tray. Apopka with some strong rebound of all the people. It's Davis, who I believe is the shortest man on the court right now. Swings it inside to Johnson. Turnaround no good off the heel. Lake Brantley rebound, and down we come again. Ward's going to split the middle, and ball goes out of bounds. Apopka possession. 6:13 left, 55-39. Apopka with the lead. They've led, other than the first possession, from start to finish.
Mekhi George comes back into the game for Brantley.
Davis with the ball in the left wing, down to the corner. Daniel unable to get the tray. The rebound for Johnson and score the bank.
Tyler Johnson on the Darter putback.
Meanwhile, at the other end, shot too high off the bank. Long outlet pass.
Davis goes to Johnson, doesn't have it there, tries to get the dunk.
But the rebound, offensive rebound, goes to Apopka.
Yep, Chris Daniel pulling that one in, and a little bit of a miscommunication there, but that was a slow enough pass that Davis was able to recover. 18-point ball game.
And Daniel, the man who pulled down the offensive rebound, I don't remember calling his name in the first half, but in limited action, he certainly has been quite active.
Davis can't get the three to fall. Here comes a putback attempt, and it falls. Johnson with a second chance basket for the Darters.
And the score is now 59-39, back up to 20 points for Apopka. Into the middle.
Going to get a foul in the paint here. Foul called against Darters number 21, Tyler Johnson. His third personal foul, a team's fifth. And we've got a fire drill as everybody comes in for everybody else.
4:56 left in the ball game. Score remains 59-39 in favor of Apopka. Neil Fisher along with Mark Barchi live from Mustang Arena. Back up to the top of the key, Vander Rissy. Loose ball picked up by Vander Rissy again. Out to the left wing. Trey no good. Battle under the basket. Out of bounds and Apopka ball. So Apopka brings the ball up. We are now 4:38 from the conclusion of this game. Over to the left wing. Apopka certainly more deliberate in the second half. Block. Lake Brantley trying to go the other way. They have an opportunity to cut into that 20-point lead. Trying to go over the middle. Another turnover. Bounce pass down low. Score it off the
Brandon
bench.
Johnson on the Darter layup.
Stud still making the withdrawal. And what could have been an 18-point deficit is now 22.
Stolen again, this time by John Latimer. Goes to the other end in transition, and it won't fall for Edwards. Rebound goes to Vandendriessy. Will go the other way. Another toss-up, and it is indeed stolen by number 21, Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for Lake Brantley.
Lake Brantley in total looking at 18 turnovers so far this game. That's something that Coach Cuff is going to want to talk about before Thursday when the Patriots play the Mustangs. 3.5 to go in the ball game. Apopka in control here. And there's a tray. 3-point basket for Devin Leith. The pass from Latimer.
And Lake Brantley coming down the other end. They go to work down by 25. And I think Apopka has actually become much more active here in the last 3-4 minutes. Even though they have had the lead throughout the ball game, it's been double digits. And, that's going to be an offensive charge.
No basket.
Wave the basket.
Offensive foul is called against Jackson Edwards. His third, the team's sixth.
3:03 remaining. 64-39 is the score. Apopka in the lead. They gave up the first deuce of the ball game. They then ran off 16 straight points, and they have not trailed since then. The smallest the lead has been 8. Now they are at their largest of 25. A whistle. Widener had possession of the ball.
Foul is called against number 33, Devin Leith. His third personal foul, the team's 7th. And we've got Dennis Widener at the line shooting 2. Hits the first.
So Widener, as you can see, a big man, 6'9", 210, a junior.
2 for 2.
And Lake Brantley has 3 players who are actually 6'8" or taller. So certainly some height to work with for Coach Cuff in the 2020-21 season. We are down to 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and certainly Apopka with the 20-plus point lead for most of this game. More selective, more deliberate in their shot selection. Scramble in the corner. Leith unable to gain control. And Lake Brantley will bring the ball up to their end, to the Apopka end. Inbounded. And Apopka going with some full court man-to-man. Lake Brantley does a nice job of showing patience and breaking from the corner. Yes, get the roll, and McKay George.
McKay George for 3. And we'll pause for a timeout. It'll be a full timeout taken by the Patriots.
So when we return, Apopka will maintain that 20-point lead, 64-44, 2:09 left. Mark Barchi, Neil Fisher, the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network.
Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher, and we've got just over 2 minutes remaining here in this ball game. And at this point, barring a meteor striking only the left half of the gymnasium, it looks like Apopka is going to take this one.
Apopka gave up the first deuce of the ball game.
Greg McLean picks up a jumper for the Darters.
After giving up the first 2 points, Apopka rattled off 16 consecutive points, and the lead has not been less than 8 points since then.
To the corner. Jumper not going to fall there.
Widener hit the deck. In the meantime, Apopka comes down to the other end. Minute and a half left, and a whistle. Turnover.
And we had a lot of personnel changes during that timeout.
So for those of you who are not familiar, pretty much the tradition in basketball, the unwritten rule is the team that is losing, when they finally acknowledge that they're going to lose, they call a timeout and then send the players in. And we saw that during that last timeout. Coach Cuff, as you said, Mark, making some wholesale changes. So in other words, it's up to the team on the losing end to make the first move as far as getting their subs in. Score the try.
3-point basket by number 22, Darren Leith.
And so Lake Brantley with a couple more opportunities to get on the board. The drive into the middle by Ward, and he will not get that. Apopka with the rebound. They come back the other way. 30 seconds remaining. 69-44. This is the first of 4 games during the Wekiva Mustangs Men's Basketball Preseason Classic. 2 tonight, 2 on Thursday. Ball goes out of bounds. 17.7 seconds left. After this game, approximately 15 minutes, Wekiva, the home team, will take on the Pine Ridge Panthers.
That's right. That'll be the first time in my recollection that Wekiva has played Pine Ridge in basketball, a team from Deltona and a newcomer to the preseason classic.
And also a quick broadcasting note, as we are now under 15 seconds, the FHSAA postseason tournament, or if you prefer state playoffs for football, They will continue Friday. Wekiva will be taking on Apopka Liga. And join us on the NFHSA network. There is your buzzer. The final score, 69-44 Apopka.
That takes us to the end of the ball game and the end of game number 1 in the 2020 Wekiva Boys Basketball Preseason Classic, 69-44. The final score in this game. Patriots are led by Jack Klinger with 10 points, 5 rebounds. Apopka led by John Latimer, 22 points, 8 rebounds. Johnson and Leaf each had 10. Johnson had 11. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out tonight or for tuning in online to support your Patriot and Blue Darter athletes. Don't go anywhere. We've got more basketball action coming your way in Game 2. Pine Ridge takes on your host school, the Wekiva Mustangs, coming up next in just about 15 minutes. For those of you listening to the live stream, please remember that each game is on its own separate stream, but they are on the same channel. So if you just back out to the menu, you will see it as the next upcoming live stream. We will meet you there in about 15 minutes.